Vim is the founding chair of both Rotary Cheshire Homes and the Canadian Helen Keller Centre. Vim was instrumental in setting up Rotary Cheshire Apartments, the very first apartment building for persons who are deafblind to live independently on their own.
When he first brought up the idea of creating a home from scratch that would be designed for people that were deaf-blind, it was a fascinating idea.
Our first project was the Rotary Cheshire Home, and I can remember all the meetings we had at the CNIB, trying to first get the money, then get the location, and then get the funding ongoing. It was years.
You'd think, well, we've hit the wall, and maybe it's time to fold your tent. Not Vim. We end up now in North York. He was able to use resourcefully the mayor, Norm Gardner, others, and this time we really learned key lessons from these other neighborhoods on how to proceed with this project. And to this day, you can go to Bing and Willowdale and see the most unique building of its type anywhere in the world. And that is a legacy of Vim's.
It was actually at the time we had not even yet received our license as a bank, as ICICI Bank Canada was yet in formation. Vim approached me and mentioned that as we are starting out our life in Canada, being an institution from India, it would be very good that if we started paying attention to the local community needs. So we in fact created an entire evening, the fundraising event. With Vim's leadership, we created a unique evening where we raised a lot of funds. It was a record fundraising event, and we were able to showcase the Canadian Helen Keller Centre to the Indo-Canadian community living in Toronto.
I've actually gone and seen the centre myself, and it really touches your heart.
At the foundation, we have worked over the last 15 years that I've been there on many projects. Number one, starting out with the Why Not Marathon, which was an enormous task. Vim was on the East Coast, I was in Toronto, and Charlie was on the West. And it was a 24-hour, 7 days a week job, but it was a successful event. Vim has worked on the Rolling Rampage, the wheelchair race around Queen's Park.
I'm not too sure how the Rolling Rampage first got started, but I know Vim has a very good relationship with our famous wheelchair athlete, Jeff Adams.
I think that Vim and the Canadian Foundation have really put the focus on ability, and that's something I love, and that's what sport does too. You know, we highlight the ability, we celebrate overcoming the barrier. So to use that as a vehicle to transmit the messages of the Canadian Foundation, it's a hand in the glove.
With Jeff's help and encouragement, I guess, Vim had decided that we needed to bring to the forefront within the public eye what wheelchair racing is all about and what it feels like to be someone who sits in a wheelchair every day of their life. The official title is the Rolling Rampage 10K Road Race. We also had what we call a corporate relay, a 1K corporate relay whereby able-bodied individuals had the opportunity to sit in a wheelchair and wheel for 250 meters just to experience what it would be like to be in a wheelchair all day long. Just to see the expression of people first getting into the chair is unbelievable, because I think they get into the chair with a little bit of excitement, saying, oh, this will be easy or a piece of cake, but by the end of 250 meters, a lot of them are sweating, and they soon realize how difficult it is to maneuver in a wheelchair.
We have done 26 galas, and also the 27th is coming up. We have worked on the Canadian Disability Hall of Fame.
Vim has been a very good supporter of Achilles Canada.
We've been keenly involved with Polio Plus to eradicate polio around the world.
Polio Plus, Rotary International had decided to eradicate polio from the face of the earth, and they called upon each club to donate money, and Vim came up with the idea of having David Risk do a painting of loons, and then we were going to make copies of this picture and sell it. The first copy, Vim Dreams Big, he had that presented to the Queen, and the second copy, I believe, was presented to Bob Hope. But we went on to sell this copy and raise money for Polio Plus. As a result of this project, the Toronto Don Valley Rotary Club raised more money per member than any other Rotary Club in the world.
In recent years, even working with the Salvation Army in not only providing a Christmas dinner, but actually getting right in and cooking the dinner and serving homeless people.
In his chosen field, he's a graduate engineer, and he was very successful. After I met him, I heard about a large house being moved. It was in the newspaper. The Campbell House was going to be moved from Adelaide Street and Frederick to Queen Street West and University Avenue. And it was a 300-ton house which had to be lifted up off its foundations, put on a flatbed truck, transported somewhere over a mile and a half, and put down on foundations. Vim was working for an engineering firm, and he was put in charge of this project. They picked the house up off the flatbed truck, plunked it down on the foundations. Vim won't say anything about this, but it was written up in the media that this was a very successful operation, and I read subsequently that Vim was in charge of the whole project.
Well, you know, and I remember when I first met Vim, though he was a PN, he'd quit practicing his engineering and he owned early Canadian furniture. That's when he also established room for the Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons to have their offices there.
I've been a friend of Vim's for, since 1984, I think. That's a long time. We've gotten old together.
Several years ago, I met Vim. I went to have some advice for my fundraise gala. I spent over 3 hours for 15 minutes appointment, and I must say I gained tremendous wisdom and a great friend.
What I like about him is his vision, his drive, and of course his persistence.
He will call upon a corporate sponsor or an important contact almost every single day until he gets a hold of that individual.
I'm pretty sure everybody will know this one special talent of Vim, but he is the fastest person on the phone. He greets you warmly, says what he has to say, and off he goes.
He is an incredibly forceful man. Nobody has ever said no to him that I know of and lived.
No one says no. Everyone chips in, helps out, and the job gets done, and it's successful.
I've never seen anybody with better organizational skills than Vim. The way he conducts events, the way he does fundraising.
An incredible visionary.
Dedication, loyalty, determination, drive.
Friendly, honest, caring.
Honesty, professionalism.
Probably done more for the cause of the disabled than anybody else I know.
I think Vim is one of the very few people that I have met in my life who have embodied the feeling of giving in their day-to-day life.
There is no such thing as, I'm too tired. He just continues to contribute, he continues to work until he gets the job done.
He's a very humble man.
And he, his enthusiasm for life is contagious, and I think that's really going to help bring awareness and, appreciate all the work that he's done to help advance sport for people with disabilities.
So much dedicated to do the things for people who are in need.
He's a great Canadian, and he's a very proud Canadian. I love attending any of his events when he talks about how proud he is to be in Canada and what a great country this is.
And he's a great Canadian. He's the type of person that we welcome to our shores and we want to see in Canada, and he's a role model.
And if you want to define what a Canadian is, Vim Kochar is a wonderful example of that. Canada is about all of us who have come from different parts of the world and have made our contribution and have changed what we found a little bit so that today it's a little better than it was when we came. Vim Kochar is a perfect example of that.
He is just a great individual overall, where he's got a lot of compassion for people with disabilities. I myself am a person who is visually impaired and hearing impaired, and he has been very, very helpful to me.
you know, you can really see how excited he is about the athletes and their performance, and that passion for our performance really kind of is enthusiastic for us as well, to know that we have people out there that are supporting our Paralympic movement and really there for us.
Full of vitality and energy and love for people. Vim is inspirational. He is a visionary, and he reaches out to other people and inspires other people, so that we want to get on board and we want to see part of his vision and be part of his vision.
A belief never to give up, to continue to believe in your dreams, no matter how big they are, that they are possible and they will happen.
Big dreamer. It was a nickname I had for you. I didn't share it with you, and I didn't share it with others, but of all the people I've known, you are the biggest dreamer. You dream big, and not only do you dream big, you accomplish.
When he dreams, he always dreams big dreams, it seems, and they always come to fruition. He has a wonderful way about him to recruit people, to find volunteers, to get people to work for him, and to make the project go. And I must say, I admire his stamina and his commitment to any job that he takes on. He makes sure that that task gets done in a profitable way.
One of those leaders who works by example. He leads by example. He is not the kind of guy that has an idea and then expects everybody else to do the work. He's the kind of guy that when he gets the idea, he gets there in the front, gets his team working. He's out there taking the bullets at the front, and he does more work than anybody else, and we get things done.
I really wish him all the best in the Senate. I know this has been a dream come through for him, and when the call came to receive the phone call from the Prime Minister, he asked me, where should I take the call? And I said, right here. So he had quite a lovely conversation with the Prime Minister, and of course Vim said, I will not disappoint you. I will do an excellent job for you. And indeed he will, and I wish Vim all the congratulations in the Senate.
You know, I think it's great to have people with his character in the Senate, and being that second chamber of thought, I think he'll do a fantastic job.
He never wants to hear thank you, but I would like to say, finally, on behalf of the deaf-blind consumers in Ontario, most especially at Rotary Cheshire Homes and the Canadian Helen Keller Centre, thank you for everything that you have done in ensuring safe housing and accessible services.
On behalf of myself and a lot of our members within Achilles, we wish him all the best.
And we're so proud that he's become a senator. We wish him all the best in this new role.
Congratulations for your coming year, and the best of luck, and I'm sure you will do a wonderful job.
Well, I wish him the very, very best.
The way he's handled all assignments that he's undertaken and the success he's met, I think the Senate better look out for him.
I think it's just a great honor that's being bestowed upon him as becoming a senator, and he's deserving of every bit of it.
As an Indo-Canadian, I feel so proud that he's the first Indo-Canadian to be appointed to the Senate. He's not going to be the last, but we're so proud that Vim is the first.
As a family, we are very, very proud of him. He's honor to not only a family, but to the whole Indian community, because he's done so well. He's helped so many people through time and through his dedication.
I just want to take this opportunity to tell my dad, whether he remembers that time where Stephen broke the statue in the living room. I was wondering, I just want to tell him now that that was me. I thought this was a good opportunity. Kidding aside, I just want to say congratulations, Dad. We're really, really proud of you. You've been a great role model for our kids. And I know there's 2 little boys at home who love you.
Hi, Grandpa. Bye, Grandpa. See you soon, Grandpa. Bye-bye, Papa.